You immediately shove your hand in the mixer to rescue it before it's overmixed. Dangerous, I know you're gonna cut your hand off. Oh god! It's like a doorbell or something, bro. Bro, stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by things, you start to feel a special bond with him. Kentucky. Your thoughts are interrupted by Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. At him or the food? You know what I mean? Look at it. Okay. The writing in this, honestly, kind of superb. I kind of love it. I've been getting into books more and shit. I read like 2 books in the past like 2 weeks, bro. This is like, I'm gonna add this to the list of books I've read because this is kind of amazing. Okay, it's like 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish, bro. Wow. Dude, I'm so invested in this right now. You have no idea. I haven't been this invested in anything since like, I don't want to get into it. No. All right, we are back. Not as washed out as I thought I was. Well, I changed the lighting is what I did. It was before the video. Whatever. We're back with some more I Love You, Colonel Sanders finger licking good dating simulator. This is probably like what, the 3rd video I think we're gonna do this with. We're having a blast. I learned that this game might be angled towards women, but you've seen how I've been reacting with Colonel Sanders, so I think we are okay. We're gonna hop back into this kind of quick. I don't want to make this intro too long. If you like it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what your favorite part of the video is by leaving a timestamp, and then I'll put it into the end of the year thing as like a compilation of the best moments for videos on the channel, I guess. I don't know. If you don't like this video, bummer, go watch something else, but we're going to be right here. Make sure to check the link in the description for the Roundtable trading card game. And without saying anything else, let's get into this now. Load game, please. What? The 5th bite. Dude, we're only halfway through. Let's cook. Let's fly. All right? Reminds me of Popeyes. Like chicken. We're gonna get us caught up real quick because it didn't put us where I thought it would. That's fine though. Alright, we're ready. We're back. It's a little bit before, it's when we had like the pepper or something like that, and then we talked to the ghost guy. But a lot happened before that. So I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing our car around all around town, and my tiny legs were very, very tired. But I'm here now, and I hope you're all ready to learn. I'll skip a little bit more because he starts talking about like, you must avenge my death and fulfill your destiny. All you must do is... I was saying to fulfill your destiny, all you must do is... Sorry, I think I've still got a little spice stuck in my throat. It's fine, I'll work through to fulfill the prophecy. You must... You feel yourself begin to regain consciousness. Oh, man. You come to and find everyone is staring at you. That pepper was the last of its kind on Earth, and now it's gone forever. Oh. You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention. We all make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you someday. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know it was the last pepper. Oh, well, I think I did, but I forgot because I went in and I just did something. Come on, it's time for lunch. Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim. Ooh. And your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared via timed competitive cook-off. The level of theatrics these two is off the charts. Demand they stop wasting everyone's time, step up and tell them you're on. Yeah. A bit of a lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. If I have to swipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down, then so be it. I'm not the fool. You're the fool. Fool. Why does it sound like Mr. T? Is that who he's supposed to be? Mr. T with a star instead of a mohawk type shit? Good one, Van. I like your gumption, Deidre-san. I definitely think this is for women. I'll be watching your performance. Actually, it could be for men or women. Honestly, I don't want to like judge because it could be for anybody. You know what I mean? Like just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkles steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness. Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sporting court. Sporting court? Learn something new every day. You know what I mean? Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least, not until we turn on the timer. Timer? I hardly know. Timer ready. Just then, a huge light blasts in your face, flashing the words, timer ready. Oh yeah, it does that. That's what I'm talking about. Aru. I stand corrected. The hard way builds solidarity. Solidity. All we're learning in this whole thing is that I don't know how to read, actually, okay? The hard way builds solidity in a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me. In any case, in case anyone was wondering, I hope it's a message. Its message lifts you to victory. What is wrong with me, bro? And that's an original quote by me. In case anyone was wondering, I hope its message lifts you to victory. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now is my chance to shine. I will defeat you myself. Intense music, bro. This is the Stewart Cafeteria, established in 2015. This is like 10 years old. Is this game 10 years old? Oh my gosh. What am I doing? You had his chicken and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day one. You're feeling like you can really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast. If the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. What temperature does water boil at? 100 degrees Fahrenheit. What are you thinking, Deidre-san? Get your head in the game. You're going to need to season this chicken before you cook it. You don't know how Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. How many herbs and spices do you use? 11. That's right. You might not know all the ingredients yet, but at least you're headed in the right direction. Tail wagging intensifies. Now that you've got some basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. What state of mind offers the most flavor? Gratitude. That's right, yes! That's right, you must never take this opportunity for granted if you hope to succeed. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You'd better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you to never forget where you came from. Every day, you meditate on his advice and draw energy from that place. Now would be a great time to harness that energy. So where does it come from? A small town where I was born. The shoulder of Orion. Oh, what? This is a horrible time to start forgetting important things. Next question. You try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. What is the sound of success? Sizzling. Oh! Don't make me get the spray bottle. Is this the end? Yep. All right. Listen. That's embarrassing. Okay. I know. 100 degrees Celsius. That's right. Oh, yeah. Yeah. But how would you have gotten into the school without knowing that? Winner gets to rub my furry belly. Let that enticing offer motivate you. You're going to need to season this chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' exact recipe. You have an idea. 11. That's right. Yeah. Tail wagging intensifies. Now that you got some bacon, elevate my craft. Gratitude. That's right. Yep. Your classmates are rooting for you, but actually simply stronger and faster than you. You better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you to never forget where you came from. Every day, you meditate on his advice and draw energy from that place. A small town where big dreams are born. That's right. This is your shot, and you're not going to miss it. Dude, I'm cooking now. You try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. What is the sound of success? Silence. That's right! Yes! When you taste your cooking, they will be so taken with it that they will be unable to speak. I'm locked in. I told you, bro. You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye. I believe in you, Deidre-san. He's actually cheering you on. Which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you're doing. Oh, no. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders. Whoa. How many spoonfuls would gravy would take to fill a tradition of What are you thinking? Get your mind back in the competition. Oh, my God. Okay. Grrr. You're stranded on a desert island with only one dessert cookbook. Which do you take? What a hunk. I know, right? You know what? I shouldn't be focusing on the challenge. You're falling behind. Colonel Sanders, granola. What does that have to do with the spectacular fried chicken and delicate baked biscuits? I don't know, it's the first one I picked. Woof, woof. You're really struggling to keep up. At the next station, Ashley has already begun plating elements of her dish. It's colorful and complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit into the dough into the stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps. Yikes! Bzzz. I know you have nothing more than singing fellow companionship utilizing a kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch. No. You might You might not have any hands, but Deidre-san does. And a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed. There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't have to get far by going the easy way. You don't get far. When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand into the mixer to rescue the dough before it's overmixed. Deidre, I know you're gonna cut your hand off. Oh God! Well, you're not quick enough, and your hand gets stuck. It's immediately crushed by the quickly spinning beaters. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame. What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult. Everyone stop what you're doing right now. The battle is over. It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish. Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on. Aw, that's too bad. And here I am with a completed dish, ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default. No, it wouldn't be fair to compare the two, on account of Deidre-san's injury. You see, Sprinkles began to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish. But I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared. Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skipped straight to dessert. Dude, why does it like anime food look so good, bro? Ashley, under the white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. I was going to ask Deidre-san to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand. Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within. Dude. Inside, you'll find a delicate fried cheese croquette. Is that how you say that? Croquette. On top of a slice of honeycomb, ice cream, 2 ways, tender nougat, and pearls of blueberry jelly. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger in the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you, hee. As he places the sauce-covered finger to his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. Internalize the rage you feel. Put yourself between Colonel Sanders and Ashley. I'm gonna internalize it. Your rage burns so intensely within your eyes that they burst into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash, and they fall off onto your face, which means people have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester, perhaps forever. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow, you'd run for the quad to be alone. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that Ashley are in love. He and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. Probably. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out. Fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef like Gordon Ramsay. Failure is a part of life. Not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well, think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you. Enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Damn. Well, handsome for sure. I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. What is that? I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. An obstetrician is a medical doctor who specializes in the care of pregnant women and the management of childbirth. Obstetricians are trained to handle pregnancy, labor, and delivery, as well as a postpartum care. They work closely with gynecologists who focus on female reproductive system in general. Got it? Okay, good. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Jesus, mules can be so cruel. You're telling me. I didn't know. Oh, I guess I didn't. People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume I've got it all together. Which is true now, but it wasn't always the case. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. Am I gonna hug Colonel? The Colonel? The Sanders? Mr. Sanders? I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving my best that I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignited inside of him. A burning passion, like my eyebrows. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure, it's honest, it's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay! Where did you come from? Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. Battle scarred from the night before, you prepare for the worst. It's the Spork monster. Borko? It is I. I know I said I wouldn't be back, and after the whole fight to the death thing, maybe you didn't really want to see me anymore, but I just wanted to say that I was wrong to attack you, and I apologize. I know what it's like having to always look over your shoulder. Monster problems, am I right? Aw, thanks, Borko. I'm glad there are no hard feelings. Getting jumped by a giant creature in the dark of the night can really rile a person up. I also want to apologize for the way I switched right into attack mode. I know that you're strong and cooking school can put a person under a lot of stress. I actually used to go to this school. I wasn't always a spork monster, you see. I don't believe it. You were a human once? Well, no. I was a golden retriever. But I was still a student. Until one day, some mean kids with a magic spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed. A magic spellbook. Precisely. I procured a copy for myself, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you find such a book, I'd beg of you, respect it. You're a powerful chef, and shouldn't rely on such dark, evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and gully? I don't know. If you need me, don't fear, I will be there. Are you enjoying this? I'm just like, I'm talking to you guys, but I'm also looking at myself. I'm asking myself if I'm enjoying it. I'm just gotta check it with myself. Be like, are we doing the right thing right now? Playing I Love You, Colonel Sanders, a dating simulator. Alright, back to it. It sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen of life. Deidre-san, together, I am sure we can defeat them. I know we can. Like, I'm so good looking and fucking, like, cooking and shit. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. Yo, a personal invite? You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. Oh, look at that. How nice. He had a beard when he was a child? Is that a play button? It's like a doorbell or something, though. Bro, stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by things, you start to feel a special bond with him. Kentucky. Is that his dad? It looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. There's like nothing here. What do you mean? There's no like Xbox? What are you talking about? Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you ever been working on a new recipe of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with. Trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy, or something crispy. Both, perhaps. Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him, or keep it a secret just for you? I'm gonna reveal it. You decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. What? Why? I present to you my original coleslaw. Why do I have coleslaw, bro? That's not... That... Listen, we are different people. I don't... The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' Lux hideaway. Magnificent! Together, you chow down on the creamy slaw. Until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please, make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. You realize that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Yup. Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on the item to discover more about the Colonel. His dad. Take a closer look at the large urn sitting on the table nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty. But when you wipe it off, you can read the inscription. It says, "Here lie the ashes of all my past careers and business failures." Damn. Poor guy. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. This must be where he keeps his secret recipe. Oh, it's a safe. You think for a moment. What number is important to Colonel Sanders? Then it dawns on you. As soon as you dial to 111111, the safe opens. Inside it, you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared? Sashimi style? A Japanese dish of bite-sized pieces of raw fish eaten with soy sauce and wasabi paste. So like, chicken nuggets? An adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor. From the goatee and mustache combo he sports, you figure that this must be Colonel Sanders himself. That, or maybe it's the drumstick that he seems to be waving like a rattle. Who frames a baby picture of themselves? Probably the same person who would make their own face the logo of the company they founded, am I right? Something's telling me... Nice suit. I need a suit. You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off its hanger and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. Then, they say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he's been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks why you're wearing his jacket. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say, it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket! You forgot to take it off! You decided now is the important... You tell him you're cold. You fess up and tell the truth. What is the truth? Okay, what is the truth? You decide that now is your moment to make a big move. The big move could be like, shit, Colonel, I think I'm in love with you. You could tell him you're cold and he'd be like, yeah, I got the window open. You could be like, you fess up and tell the truth. What is the truth? That's what I'm curious about, like what the truth is. You know what I mean? Because the truth could be like, I went in through your safe and I think we can make chicken nuggets a real thing. You know? Big move. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This isn't that kind of game. Not that we blame you for trying, but still. Oh, son of a... What do I get? That's what I get. That's what I get. Okay, we're back. Make another big move. No. Tell him you're cold, you fess up and tell the truth. You confess. I think I've developed feeling for you. That's what I... Okay. I might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams. Respect. Overwhelmed, you take the jacket off and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, Deidre-san? What am I doing? I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift into a slumber. Dream sequence. You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Oh? I never left? Well, maybe that's a window. Maybe the window's not open. That would make more sense. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to the Colonel Sanders? To Colonel Sanders? Only time will tell. Truly tell. Today is the day you change. You could change the rest of your life. Your thoughts are interrupted by Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. At him or the food? You know what I mean? Look at it. Okay. Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. It's meticulous. Dude. This would work on me. It would. It actually would. You taste Colonel Sanders' food and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting for you to ask an important question. So, would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous. My cuisine, your taste buds, that is. Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery? Type shit. You know, I think we make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion. I must be A and W, bro. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings. You're on the verge of tears, unable to speak. The only answer you could find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, waits for no one. Yeah, that one kid got killed for being late. But you get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something had happened to you. It's okay, I was just... But now it turns out you're fine. I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but you will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date! With the Clank guy? I think I can believe that. Since I'd been partnered up with Clank, he asked me to go out with him. Of course, I told him, you'd better keep your dials turned to polite and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me, so I said, yeah, sure, I can get to know the little metallic guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control. Yeah, that's what I was about to say, is skydiving? As if it's a typical first date to go on a talking pressure cooker? Listen, he's made of metal. He's just gonna he's gonna fall at terminal velocity and just hit the ground, splat. And whoever's back he's on is going to kill that person. And now I'm not really sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story. However, bottling up the details of your own night just too much to bear. And I went on a date too. Wait. Was that a date? You didn't specify it. There's been problems in the past. You could be on a date, but the other person not know it's a date. Shit, I don't know. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him. You what? What I'm saying. Nothing happened, but the emotional connection, wowzers, honestly, better than anything. Miriam offers to support you no matter what you do. Together, with your bestie, you feel like you can do anything. These guys again, bro. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from the distance they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact. Because, he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. Dude, cook. It kind of do. Oh, it's great. I'll order you up one right away. I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. Yeah. Aww. You can get your swirly dipped, too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person in this school. There's that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? Oh, that was, yeah. You've got some nerve, Deidre-san, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. Now you're twisting my words. I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince in pain. Doesn't look like you can go cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up. Ever! One more time. What am I doing? What are we doing? Okay? This is if you're watching this, it could just be me. Is this Caden? Caden, if you're watching this, help me. Leave a timestamp right now. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Deidre-san. Oh, my bad. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Deidre-san. How's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back to fighting back in fighting form by this afternoon. Listen, I can't talk. I can't read. I keep getting the voices mixed up. We're trying our best here, okay? If you want more dating simulators, let me know. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday, I almost broke a nail winning so hard. I'm gonna not do anything. Actually, I'm not gonna do anything. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing? Complimenting her? Okay, back off. You're a little jealous. Calm down. Me. What about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolatey sauce? It was clear that you are passionate about how your food is received. It's a lot of words to say. It was bland. Excuse me, Deidre-san. I am more than capable enough to speak for myself. Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as well as we walk into class, Colonel. I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside, Deidre-san. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take the spell book out of your that you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Don't do it, bro. Whoa! That's that book! It looks like bad news. It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire. I don't really believe in that magic stuff. A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Would you spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful? I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open the page, covered with arcane warnings. Cast only in case of extreme emergency, it says around the edges of the page. I could use this spell that says it will erase anyone I choose from my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. That is way drastic. What am I doing? Couldn't you do something else? Like anything else? Not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, fine. It is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you and a pretty good excuse to try it out. No. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Glad I got a decision in that, because doing that? I would have been mad. Sprinkles is already in the room, waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. Sprinkles, I want you all to know I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up and begins to breathe quickly. He must be hungry. Reach out for some old homework to give him as a snack. Dogs can be rather unpredictable, especially Sprinkles. Wait to see what happens. Yep. Sprinkles stops in his tracks. He focuses in on the window. The room is deadly silent. When you follow his gaze, you see his tiny orange squirrel perched on a cherry tree outside. Sprinkles turns feral and runs to the window of the classroom. He begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel outside. Terrence! I told you never to come back here, Terrence! I will destroy you, Terrence! Sprinkles is barking ferociously, drooling flying all off of his face. The squirrel looks over, but he doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named him Terrence? You'd better not show your chubby cheeks around here ever again! After Sprinkles is satisfied that his presence has been felt, not only by Terrence, but by any other squirrel in hearing distance, he returns to his professional tone. Ahem, I apologize for the outburst. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Teacher-san, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see. But before you can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into class. Sprinkles is interrupted by whirs and sparks coming from the back of the room. I told you to save it for after class. You think I wanted to be thrown from a plane strapped to a stranger? Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises. But no! You had to show off your cool friends that Jeff and Joan, J&J, forever. Watch us form a triangle in midair as we descend. Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know? Yeah, well, that doesn't make sense. Well, that doesn't make it a great date. Then take Jeff and Joan with you. You can all hold hands as you pedal down the mountain or off of a cliff for all I care. She's so mean. Clank begins to shudder. Steam pours out of the gaps in his panels, and then a loud ding stops him in his tracks. Did he just die? No amount of seasoning is going to make me want to eat that, Clank. Oh. Clank burps out a completely deep-fried sneaker, considering that he himself has wheels, not feet. It is not entirely clear where it came from. In terms of deep-fried footwear, I guess it looks okay. Clank slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see that entire thing go down. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over their final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition, the Showdown Challenge exam. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. But before we can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby and I need a pep talk. Hey Miriam, are you okay? Okay, I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that in front of everyone? Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. I know you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're gonna cruise through this final test and hit a carpool lane as Success City! Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not going to saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me. Of course not. Well, maybe sorta, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it, and a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. Like Pop. If it's not Pop or Clank, or maybe anyone else we meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest, anyhow. Listen, it's getting too real. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks. I should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make a special soup. And I bet the Professor Dog is just going to love it up. While you were pep-talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch, but that's okay, because you had a better idea of how to spend your time before the exam. You've decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge, a test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent. The writing in this, honestly, kind of superb. I kind of love it. I've been getting into books more and shit. I read like 2 books in the past like 2 weeks, bro. This is like, I'm gonna add this to the list of books I've read, because this is kind of amazing, okay? It's like one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish, bro. And a chance to beat the pants off of Van and the supposed Man and his eviler counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through the quick test of your recipe you've been working on, Deidre-san's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. Dude, you're gonna get petals in my pie, bro. Deidre-san, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who is hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick to when the timer goes off behind you. Ignore it, like there was no sound at all. Fess up about your practice dish. Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I don't want to burn it. That's like a waste of food, time, money. Like, what's the whole point of like going and testing your food? I know. My nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. That damn nose. That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew it was the pot pie just from the smell? Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie. With an all-butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh, no. Is it burning? Haha, no. I can smell that it was made with a heaping helping of TLC. Tender love and care. But it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. Wow. Wow. Dude, I'm so invested in this right now. You have no idea. I haven't been this invested in anything since like, I don't want to get into it, no. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking, and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. There are no rules. That is, except to cook with everything you've got. See how I changed the voice in the middle of the sentence because I forgot who was talking? You step up to the cook-off on of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll push you over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van and Ashley are preparing wildly elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big going small. That makes sense. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect. His original recipe. Fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at a full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash! Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend, baster blesser! Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rock and roid. Everybody has the same voice right now because I'm just there. I'm in it right now. Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula. Even Clank gets in on it. 5 dual pressure point cooking technique. 5. Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's the singularity, as was foretold. We mustn't let it happen, or the appliance upraising will take us all. Self-dis... Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out to the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spellbook out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a spellbook of your own, and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? Do it the hard way. Who needs magic when you've got passion? I'm going to do it the hard way. The hard way? What are you talking about? Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. I believe in you, Deidre-san. Miriam notices too. And I've always believed in you, Deidre-san, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever. You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're cheering, who's cooking? Tiny food, short cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you. Oh, that's sweet, but... Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. It's the secret ingredient. However, she doesn't know that you lied and your secret ingredient was made up. And where in the world does she get an eye of newt from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals you before your very eyes. It is I, Steve, the spork monster. Steve, what happened to Borko? You're not here to battle me, are you? We spork monsters are many. I think Borko had the day off. Oh, okay. Hi, Steve. But you have conjured Steve, and I hate to battle, so I'd say you're doing pretty alright. Oh, hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition? I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You're cooking... You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out? I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve, the spork monster, notices that you've got the grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station. I see what you're up to. Crisscross some magical items and accidentally summon me, huh? Ha! Yeah, you guessed it, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing some fresh noodles in a pot of salted water? I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was a little spork pup, back in the old country, you can feel a spork monster winding up to tell a very long and involved story. You know exactly where they come from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition. I understand. It's kind of like that time in Monster School that I had fallen asleep during scare tactics class, and when I woke up, you toss a serious stare at Steve, and he takes the hint. Never mind. I'll tell you later. Good luck. I like Steve. Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know if you could ever win. Give up and drop out of culinary school. You summon extra power from deep within yourself. Yes! I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for... Yes, Deidre-san, you are the chosen one. You will avenge me. The power you've been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupted my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing this entire moment for this... My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. Cookery? Not... You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know that this power you can do. You know with this power you can do anything, except turn back time, which would be super useful because while you were powering up your chicken pot pie, overcooked in the oven and can't be served. You're kidding. You're joking. But don't worry, dear Deidre-san. You have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you have earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up, so you're going to need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never really been my thing. I follow my heart. What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union? Time's up, students. With time expired, it's the moment everyone's been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. It seems we're missing some students. Pop? Clank? From off-screen, you hear a pure, innocent giggle that can only come from one student. Hee hee, I'm flying. It sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Inside the closet, you see Plop hanging on a broom hook with an elastic. By the elastic of his underpants? What? Pop, get down from there right now. Let me guess, did Van Ven have something to do with this? But someone asked for a wedgie. Who am I to refuse? I thought a wedgie was like a salad. It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything. I can't feel my legs. May I be excused? Sure. You kids and your pranks, I must say. It's not the worst prank in UCSAL history, but it's not exactly a yearbook material. Wait a second, pranks? Pranks? Clank! Where did that pressure cooker roll off to? You wait to hear a signature whir, beep, or other onomatopoeia, but there's none. Somehow he must have gotten unplugged, I guess. Well, we'll have to figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it's been a long semester. Wow, 3 whole days long. I was about to say, like, what? But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now, describe your dish. I've made tender udon noodles in savory soup. That actually looks kind of delicious. My word, it's so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny Narutomoki I spy afloat in the itsy bitsy bowl? Yes, chef. Please call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. Yes, Sprinkles. And some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime! Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on, I'm not the one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself. And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Jesus, I can't, like my words, I'm too excited. Not that it took much. It was less than a thimble's worth of soup. A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with as much love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives a huge hug. Thank you, Deidre-san, for helping me to believe in myself. Van Van, you're up. Now, describe your dish. I made... Okay. Uni over smooth egg custard and an axe-hewn urchin shell topped with caviar. Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second? Different colored type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. A bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is my kind of brand. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close on account of all the spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Woof woof. Please be gentle with my cuisine. Grr. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Youch, my tongue. Okay, for like the last time. What am I doing? What is this? Hayden, come back so we can play Rocket League. The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting. I can't eat this. It keepeth poking my tongue. Disqualified. A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it so difficult to eat? Dejected, Van Van does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified? For glamour? Don't discount simplicity. This isn't the last you've heard of me. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk. I know. Yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley, it's time to step up. Now, describe your dish. I made... Ooh. Orange blossom Turkish delight in a light rosewater syrup, topped with French meringue and connected by sugar glass. Okay. Alright. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food? At a cooking school? Got toast in your ears or something? Deidre-san, I told you, it's a display piece. Ashley, I must say, it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school. Yeah, which is why I cooked it, and did an extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realize that we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to College of Eating, School for the Hungry. I suppose if you could smell it, if you absolutely insisted. But don't breathe too hard, you might disrupt the sugar spiral. The food cannot be eaten. It cannot be judged. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes Ashley, and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you. Well, she have a knife. And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last you've heard of me, either. If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cooks, step up together. 2 chefs? What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. Dude. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays. Just when I thought I'd seen everything in this kitchen, you must give me this thing, and completely blow me away. In my 49 dog years of life, I have never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. You pass, and you pass, and you get a pass. Everyone gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win! Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive, even Van Van and Ashley are drawn back by its magnificent fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There was supposed to be even more battles. But now... Jesus Christ. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on. How can they be better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. Oh, okay. DJ Dog is in the house. Ow, ow, ow. Grr. You knew that Sprinkles wasn't a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Type shit. Van Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to rewriting the wrongs they did while they were the villains. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting. No ghosts allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school's bylaws. Oh, I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. Oh, amusing. And now that everyone is together, it's the Spork Monster. He totally mellowed out. Everyone, the Spork Monster is no more. From here on out, I'd prefer that everyone refer to me by my new name, Party Monster. Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up talking to Spork. Sorry, Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking. And you know, she's gonna do great. A red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom like it's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who would command such an entrance? It's Pop! He's arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking the carpet, you see, perched atop his dirty chef's hat, a crown? Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean. Oh, I get it. And we get a new wing of the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son and of the chancellor of such and such. Okay. The music and the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking and electrical hissing. Clank? It's Clank, who has arrived late to the dance. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing. I am Clank, and I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? What? I actually feel like I knew that this whole time. Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. Miriam, will you come with me? I don't know what to say. Besides, no, obviously. I have just begun to learn who I really am. This isn't the time for me to devote my life to figuring out who you are, Clank. You're blown away by Miriam's maturity. It's pretty clear she has managed to surpass you in that regard. I understand. Of course, humans are weird. A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. You can just do that? Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Let's go! Why did like a dance? Why you got like a casual Friday thing going on? What the heck? Howdy, classmates. Just like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give him the bucket of chicken. This time, it's a full meal. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. The end? Yo. Is that the end of... Is that really the end? No, it's not the end. Oh, okay. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Deidre-san, what are you doing sitting all alone? Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. Smooth. I wonder, might you tell me, what are the qualities that you'd expect to find in such a lucky person? Off the top of my head, I don't know, a spicy musk, a tidy goatee, and a degree from the University of Cooking School Academy for learning, just to name a few. Why is he sweating like that? It truly is my lucky day. Would you dance with me? Yes, I would love to. As you glide across the dance floor, hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And my once 100th franchise is up and running. Oh, and once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off. And I'll be so glad to spend it together with you, Deidre-san. How sweet. We'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Work together? Well, I think this is something I just need to do by myself. But who will help you run your restaurants? I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Could it be? You found a love connection but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef? Can you live only half of him? Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with his other love, the life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I could enroll at a pastry school. Oh, my dear Deidre-san, I'm sure that you'll find your place eventually. And along the way, you'll have me by your side. The end. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I hope you guys enjoyed that video, or like series of video. I don't know if this is gonna be like 3 or 4. This last one was like an hour long. If you enjoyed that, make sure to let me know in the comments. I will do more like videos like this. Maybe just trying out new games because that was kind of fun. I actually really enjoyed that. I've been, just doing different things. I've been reading. I've been fucking just because Caden's been busy mainly, so we haven't been able to play Fortnite or anything like that. But like this was kind of fun. Yeah, I guess if you like that, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what your favorite part of that was. If you want to see more, let me know. I think I'm gonna just end it there. Thanks for watching if you made it this far. Peace.